Alright, listen up, DC fans, comic junkies, and late-night philosophers today. We're diving into a question that cuts deeper than any Batarang and lingers longer than a villain monologue. Is Joker's madness the darkest side of DC? Now hold up, before you shout dark side. Trigon, the Batman who laughs, I hear you. But this isn't just a power-scaling debate. This is about evil in its purest, most human, most terrifying form. No alien origins, no multiverse twists, just one man. One broken, bleeding man with a smile. In The Killing Joke, he's a failed comic who falls into a vat of chemicals. Violence with no reason, evil with no rules. In The Dark Knight, he gives you a different Scar story every time he opens his mouth. The Joker represents madness for madness' sake. He's not trying to rule the world, he's trying to ruin it. And in Three Jokers, DC splits him into personas criminal, clown, and comedian because one version of him simply isn't enough. And maybe, just maybe, that smile hides the most unsettling truth the DC universe has ever known. Let's rewind. The Joker has no consistent origin. No concrete name, no reliable backstory. The result, chaos with no cause. Unlike Lex Luthor's obsession with control or Ra's al Ghul's twisted eco-logic, and not with power. With laughter, think about this. What makes Joker truly dark isn't he is kill counted as his philosophy. In The Dark Knight Returns, he literally says, all it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man alive to lunacy. That's not just a line, that's a thesis statement. Joker's entire existence is a test, a cosmic dare. He wants to prove that anyone, yes, even you can fall. Let's look at some receipts. Batman is control. Joker is chaos. Batman is trauma turned justice. Joker is trauma turned entertainment. Jason Todd, beaten with a crowbar and left to die. Joker didn't just murder Robin, he shattered Batman's soul. Barbara Gordon, shot, paralyzed, and photographed while bleeding, all to make a point that madness can be manufactured. Stripped, humiliated, and emotionally broken just so Joker could prove sanity is an illusion. Jim Gordon, but here's what chills you to your core. Joker doesn't hate Batman. He loves him. Obsessively, because without Batman, Joker has no punchline. Their relationship is the ultimate toxic bond. And yet, here's the twist, the Joker is powerless. No magic, no strength, no speed, he's every unmotivated act of violence that leaves us asking why. And still he terrifies gods, no heroes, just jokes, sick ones. And the punchline is always pain. The world doesn't make sense. In Injustice, he manipulates Superman into killing Lois Lane and nuking Metropolis. One clown, one plan, one broken god. In Death of the Family, he nearly convinces Batman that his entire Bat family weakens him. In Endgame, he turns Gotham into a war zone with a twisted grin and a vial of Joker toxin. He doesn't just attack bodies, he corrupts minds. And that's real darkness. Now, let's take a step back. You ever wonder why Joker hits so hard? Because he's real. Not in the literal sense, but in the symbolic one. Joker is the chaos we see in the news. The people who smile while hurting others, the cruelty without explanation. He's the reflection of our worst urges, our fragile sanity, and the terrifying idea that maybe, just maybe, in Joker's world, there's no justice. So, back to the big question, is Joker's madness the darkest side of DC? Yes, but not because he's the most powerful. Because he's the most possible. You can't punch madness. You can't prep time insanity. You can't logic away the void. Joker doesn't want your world, he wants your mind. And for every superhero that stops a nuke, Joker reminds us, what if the danger isn't out there, but already inside you?